All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the top 5 destinations that give you that amazing top-tier golf-level luxury, but completely skip the Dubai fatigue. Now, we all know Dubai is incredibly efficient, it's polished, and the logistics are utterly stress-free. But let's be honest, after your 4th trip, when you start recognizing the exact same influencers at the same beach clubs, or you've just eaten your body weight in gold leaf-covered food, it can start to feel a little repetitive, right? A bit staged? So today we're going to explore how you can keep those exact same high-comfort standards, but swap the artificiality for something much more grounded and real. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start by looking beyond the Dubai bubble. Then we'll check out Oman as a natural substitute, dive into Egypt for some pure sea escapes, head over to Marrakesh for incredible atmosphere and design, explore Saudi Arabia's curated landscapes, and finally wrap it up by finding your absolute perfect fit.
Kicking things off with Section 1, Beyond the Dubai Bubble, and Escaping the Artificial. To really get into this, we need to acknowledge the core travel dilemma that brings us to this topic in the first place.
Take a look at this. It really hits the nail on the head regarding what we call the curated pivot. You see, you wanted to keep that frictionless comfort of Dubai, right? The pristine service, the top-tier hotels, and those logistics that just magically work. But you want to trade in that artificial theme park vibe, the repetitive staging, and the lack of authentic nature for something genuine. You're looking for real grounding. You want a real place.
Look, the goal here is absolutely not to just copy Dubai. Honestly, if you want to buy, just book a ticket to Dubai. What we're doing is extracting its best traits, that amazing standard of living and flawless service, and transplanting them into places that have real, authentic soul, richer culture, and much stronger nature.
Moving on to Section 2, Oman, the natural substitute. This brings us to our first alternative, and it just so happens to be the absolute closest direct substitute you'll find for that classic Gulf experience.
I absolutely love this quote. Dubai is designed to impress you. Oman is designed to let you breathe. It perfectly sets the tone, doesn't it? It completely shifts the paradigm. Oman isn't trying to constantly entertain you with non-stop neon-lit spectacles. It basically assumes you just want some space and a moment to actually exhale.
So Oman beautifully swaps out Dubai's constant visual drama for clean service and real, unpackaged nature. Muscat, for instance, operates at this wonderfully calm pace. The city is highly functional, way more local, and it simply isn't built around putting on a show. You can set up base at a stunning, high-end hotel and then take these day trips that feel so deeply connected to the country itself. Think winding coastal drives, breathtaking wadis, and towering mountain scenery. You can actually hear the quiet out there. The trade-off here is super important to understand. You might be sacrificing that dense concentration of fine dining and wild lifestyle, but in return, you get a luxurious sense of total peace. In Oman, luxury doesn't shout at you for attention. It's defined by space, absolute quiet, and just really exquisite good taste. If you're the kind of person who travels best when nature is right outside your door, this is a massive win.
All right, Section 3, Egypt, and pure sea escapes. Now, if your typical Dubai itinerary is literally just beach, hotel, pool, sun, repeat, then let's explore this second category.
Sure, Dubai has fun beaches, but Egypt actually delivers the sea as the main event, especially if you're into diving and snorkeling. It functions as a smarter, sharper version of the classic resort holiday. The overall value is way stronger, and the sheer underwater beauty of the Red Sea is something that Dubai's man-made coastlines literally cannot buy.
You've essentially got 2 distinct Egyptian flavors to choose from here. On the left, we have El Gouna. This is your controlled, curated option. Think incredibly tidy roads, a very low-friction marina mood, and highly organized living. If you love how smooth Dubai feels, El Gouna is your easiest transition. But then on the right, you have Sharm el-Sheikh. This is that classic, high-volume resort energy. It's an absolute holiday machine. Yes, it can be heavy on tourism, but the true payoff is immediate access to world-class underwater life. Now, the real secret to maximizing Egypt is managing your expectations. You have to be totally honest with yourself that you are looking for a resort town, not some deep cultural immersion. You need to pick strong properties so you don't experience any drops in service and treat the trip strictly as a sea escape. You are paying for the water here, and if you plan it right, you absolutely get it in spades. Let's shift gears entirely for Section 4, Marrakesh, focusing on atmosphere and design.
This is a very strong Dubai swap if you want that short, high-comfort break, but translated into a completely different language.
To really grasp why Marrakesh made this list, we need to talk about a concept called texture. Marrakesh basically replaces Dubai's big brand frictionless gloss with incredible texture. In travel terms, texture means feeling the palpable presence of history all around you. It's the sounds of daily life, the smell of authentic food that definitely wasn't focus grouped for a mega mall. It's luxury that's built on mood, intricate craft, hidden courtyards, and a feeling that is deeply rooted and human.
And the great thing is, you can curate your stay here to match your exact comfort level. Want architectural intimacy and stunning design? Pick an incredible riad right inside the Medina. But if you'd rather keep that Dubai-level spaciousness and quiet, you can simply choose a spot just outside the city center.
Just remember, unlike the pristine, air-conditioned hallways of Dubai, Marrakesh definitely has street-level friction. To really enjoy it, you have to navigate it smartly. Don't go in trying to aggressively conquer the Medina. Keep your days simple. If crowds or intense sales pressure stress you out, just avoid those endless wandering sessions. The trick is to visit with intention. Lean into the sensory intensity of the city for a bit, and then happily retreat back to the pristine comfort of your chosen hotel.
Moving to Section 5, Saudi Arabia and curated landscapes. These are niche escapes, really meant for planners. Our final category looks at two emerging Saudi options that might not be for absolutely everyone, but they offer insanely curated environments for the right kind of traveler.
We're looking at two very distinct Saudi paths here. First, there's the Red Sea Project. This is an ambitious attempt at a brand new kind of premium coastal travel. It's high design, intentionally protected, nature-led, and acts like a beautifully polished bubble. Then you have Alula. This is the ultimate desert alternative when you crave substance over shopping. It gives you this vast, monumental desert scale, jaw-dropping rock formations, and experiences that are completely built around heritage instead of skyscrapers.
Now here is the major limitation you absolutely have to be aware of. Both of these destinations are still developing, which means they feel very contained. They trade local chaos, bustling street life, and spontaneous discovery for very quiet, pristine curation. So if you're a traveler who demands endless variety or a brand new nightclub every single evening, these probably aren't the spots for you.
So how do you make the most of these Saudi options? Well, these places are meticulously designed to help you literally reset your brain. They're best used for short, high-impact trips. You've got to prioritize slowing down completely, rather than cramming your itinerary full of activities. Focus on the immense scale of the scenery. Pick one or two highly structured experiences and just be present. It's all about replacing the packaged excursions of Dubai with genuine environmental substance.
Finally, Section 6, Finding Your Perfect Fit. It's time to align those destinations with your actual desires. We've covered a ton of ground, so let's bring it all together and figure out exactly which pivot makes the most sense for you in 2026.
It really all comes down to aligning what you crave with the right destination, while accepting the necessary trade-off. Check out this matrix. If you want the absolute closest thing to Dubai, but with better nature, Oman is your answer. Just know you're trading away the vibrant nightlife. Looking for a pure water holiday? Hit Egypt's Red Sea, but accept a bit less cultural depth in those resort towns. Seeking incredible design and culture? Marrakesh is your swap, as long as you're cool with some street-level intensity. And for premium, perfectly curated environments, Saudi Arabia gives you gorgeous coastal resorts or immense desert scale, but keep in mind it will be very quiet and contained.
Ultimately, Dubai is still Dubai, right? And it's always going to have its place for a very specific type of trip. But the big takeaway from our explainer today is that the legendary Gulf standard of comfort is now widely available across the Arab world. You seriously don't have to compromise on service to find a place with real soul. So, what kind of authenticity do you want to pair your luxury with? And more importantly, where will you find your real escape in 2026? Start planning that perfectly grounded getaway.